Hey, it's Rex on the road with our Sonoma County Wine of the Week. We are in the Russian River Valley, and we are stopping by Thompson 3150 Wines, and we're going to find out about the Chardonnay and the Pinot and the Rosé Pinot today. A lot of fun and some great tasting, beautiful wines. So, Mike, what are we sipping on right now?
So we're drinking our 2023 Rosé Pinot Noir. We make a rosé every year. It's on our website, on our mailing list, actually. It's available. And, it's a bleed from our Pinot Noir production. 100% Pinot Noir. Has a beautiful salmon color to it.
Yeah, love it.
That's very consistent. Our winemaker, Patrick Sullivan, processes this every year. We'll do about 7-8 months in used French oak, 100% French oak, but used one-time use barrels. And just leaves a beautiful flavor of the rosé. We would like to make more of it, but that's what we have from our production. So,
right. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Oh, that is delicious.
It's always sells very well.
Summer and springtime kind of screams out of that glass, right? I mean, that is absolutely.
And we're coming into
terrific.
The spring events, so we are Florida residents.
Right.
Our second home is here. Our activity really in the spring is Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida. We've been all over Naples, Sarasota, Destin, Nashville, South Carolina, North Carolina.
Right.
And we're doing all the wine auctions, the High Museum Atlanta, Destin Charity Wine Auction in Destin, Florida, Emerald Lagasse Foundation, Carnival de Vin, New Orleans, and there's more names that not everybody except Soiree on the Bay, Emerald Coast and Advocacy Gala. We just did Uncorked Sarasota.
Oh, wow.
We just did Alice Beach Wine Fest and their auction, and a lot of private dinners all through. I think I did 5 in February.
Wow.
Houston, Naples, Sarasota, Destin, one coming in Atlanta. And so we do a lot of that. Restaurants, sometimes country clubs. And we've got a list building for the rest of the year that we'll be doing.
Wow.
Our website has our travel schedule, so people can look and see where we're going to be.
Right.
And it's just amazing. This is the one in Houston. I forgot about that one.
Right.
But it's amazing. People actually follow it.
Right. So in Florida, Texas, and all that, what kind of comments do you get about Sonoma County wine?
Beautiful. We have great fans. We have hundreds of people from all through the Southeast, all the way to New York, that come visit every year.
Oh, wow.
And we are just a private. We are not open to the public. I don't know if you want this on film or not, but the whole story is, even though we're licensed here as a business, we are not a permitted tasting room.
Okay.
And it's so hard to get a permit these days in Sonoma County.
Right.
John Booker would give you an earful. I don't know if he's talked very much. They're, for example, Hoops Winery, which is over here in Alexander Valley. It's been in the papers. They've been there for years, and now they're trying to shut them down because they said they never obtained a permit.
Oh, wow.
So we've never been a public tasting room. We don't sell anything here. We don't charge anybody anything if they visited. On the gates lock, you have to know us to come
you gave me the code.
Right.
You gave me the code to get in.
And so we have a neighbor nearby that's really on top of everything. The immediate neighbors are like, hey, you're a great neighbor. Do whatever you want. So the permit office has been out here, and they said, well, this one neighbor complains. Well, here's everything I just told you.
Right.
Okay, we see that. Okay. They said, you can't put on your website, make an appointment.
Oh, wow.
And if you're not charging anything, or you're not,
Right.
then we can't stop you from having someone come see you.
Because it could be friends. It could be family.
They're all friends and family. So
Right.
they said, as long as you're doing that,
Right.
you're going to hear from us.
We're related, believe it or not. That's why we're here today.
But so because of that, we get lots of friends and family that
Right.
come visit us.
The friends and family plan, right?
And it's on our website, friends and family, and
Right.
they get a tour and everything, and then they want to order wine. They go on the website.
Right. So, what made you fall in love with making wine in Sonoma County in the Russian River Valley, where we are today? Because obviously you live in Florida, and so was it just drinking Sonoma wines and going, "Wow, I would, if I was going to make wine, that's where I'd want to be."
So, in a nutshell, my history is I was vice president of sales and marketing for a high-tech company, suit and tie, office job.
Oh, wow.
Corporate management, all that stuff. And most of my clients were in San Jose,
Okay.
Silicon Valley, but they were all over the country. And
Sure.
so I'm trying to put together large manufacturing contracts. People like Dell, Apple, they don't build anything. They outsource all of it.
Right,
It's
right.
all in China now, but we used to do it in the States.
Sure.
So I am from Brazos County, Texas, agriculture area known as the Brazos Valley.
Okay.
And mainly corn, cotton farming, and that's where I grew up, the Brazos Valley. So now I'm hosting people at wine dinners at Burns Steakhouse in Tampa, 600,000 bottles on their list. Peter Luger's New York, Del Frisco Double Eagle Dallas, Papa Steakhouse Houston, Mandy's Minneapolis, Scottsdale, LA, San Francisco. They bring me the wine list. I'm the host of the dinner. I'm supposed to order for the table.
Right.
I'm from Brazos County, Texas. I know 3 wines: Boone's Farm, Mad Dog, Thunderbird. They're not on the list. I came home and said, Valerie, we got to learn about wine because
Sure.
I'm supposed to order for the table. I'm trying to put these deals together.
Yeah, exactly.
Met our first trip here to Hillsburg, somewhat coincidental. Never been to wine country. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
and fell in love with the food, the wine, the ambiance, and everything. Then it was Napa. Then it was Paso Robles, Oregon, Washington,
Right.
France, Spain, Italy, Germany, South
Wow.
Africa, Russia. We continue to go, all the regions multiple times to
Right.
learn everything we can about wine.
Right.
So, 2005, we come on the 20th anniversary. A gentleman in Destin, Florida, who owns wine shops, called and said, "Would you and Valerie come see me? I want to start a charity wine auction."
Oh, wow.
What is that? And he said, "Well, we'll talk about it, but we kind of use donations from wineries around the world,
Oh, wow.
large formats, trips, travel. We raise money
Sure.
for children."
Nice.
So next thing you know, Valerie and I are the co-founders of the Destin Charity Wine Auction.
Oh, wow.
Now about in its 20th year. I think it's number 3 or 4 on Spectator's list of raises the most money. So we start that. So now I'm recruiting winemakers. I'm out here trying to get Dan Costa, Bob Cabral, and
Right.
all these people out here.
Sure.
And to come out, Napa, David Long, Tor Kinward, Dr. Ravana, Heidi Barrett. I'm after all of them.
Sure.
Chris Carpenter, come to our auction,
Right.
make donations, help us raise money. And so now I'm traveling all the time to recruit and spend time at wineries. Now,
wow.
we're recruiting in Italy and France at this point. We go over there and trying to recruit vendors to come over here to do these auctions. So then I met Emeril Lagasse in 2005. In 2010, he asked me to be on the board of the Emeril Lagasse Foundation.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm even deeper into food and wine
Right.
with Emeril. And at some point, we're raising money for kids all over the United States. And I said, Valerie, why don't we come buy a place? We could have our own venue. We could donate large formats. We could do stays in the guest house and raise money for children. She really just wanted a little place in town. But I had a bigger vision, not a huge vision, but a vision
Sure.
that we'd have our own place.
Right.
So we began to look, and we looked all over Napa, Paso here, and kept coming back by. And I believe that, one, we had fallen in love with Pinot Noir by this time. We
Okay.
are Pinophiles, 100%.
Nice.
This was became a passion, and we're collectors and everything else. And we know a lot of people out here. And so I said, I think I want to be on West Side Road.
Oh, wow.
This is the Rodeo Drive of Sonoma County.
Right.
So, flowers, you mentioned Booker, Bacigalupi,
Right.
Rocchioli, William Salem, Gary Farrell, Arista, Thomas George,
Right.
the New Flowers Winery, Toomey, Walt,
Right.
which is, they're calling it something else now. And this is the place to be.
Right, right.
And so when we found this, as I said, it was a dilapidated property. Nothing had ever been planted
Right.
here, but it's 4 minutes to town.
Yeah, it's very close.
It's very close.
Yeah.
So the proximity for my wife was great. We're in Russian River, Appalachian.
Right.
We have this view, which they said the $1 million view. They just left a zero off of that. But everybody that comes here, and the sun sets on the hills. This is
Oh my
gorgeous.
gosh, it's got to
The
be
sun rises over Atlas Peak, and then
Yeah.
the sun sets on these hills. This makes a beautiful glow.
Oh, it's
So it had all the raw materials,
right.
location, the views. Also, we had good quality water,
Oh,
which
well, that's
is not
important.
easy to find in Sonoma County.
Right.
Some of the places that I had liked had boron in the water,
Oh,
and so which will kill the grapes. So
Right.
it had all those elements. All we got to do is turn it into something. So now I'm looking for someone to plant the vineyard. Talked to a few people, and the guy, one guy on my list was Ulysses Valdez Sr. Mm-hmm. He was the infamous farmer, grower in Sonoma County, and all my friends said, there's not a chance he would ever come do it, because you're so
Really?
small.
Oh, wow.
You're just 6 acres. This guy does hundreds of acres. You know? Why would he waste time with a little guy like you?
right.
I called him. He came over, and he looked over everything. He says, yeah, I'll plant your vineyard for you.
Really?
I
Wow.
said, right. He said, because you raise so much money for children.
I was just going to
He
say.
said, I've read all about you, and you do so much for children. That's why I'm going to plant it for you. And that's
Wow.
how we got him to plant it.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's knowing people and people knowing you and seeing the good work that you're doing, obviously with the children's charities and stuff. And because I mean, you think about somebody that prestigious, they may go thanks, but I've got
Those
other
people
projects.
would.
Yeah.
So he shocked all my friends by saying, yeah, I'll do it for you.
Wow.
So he did, and so he passed away in harvest of 2018, tragically, of a heart attack. And he's in all the magazines. And,
Right.
But the vineyard's been in the ground since 14. And the next thing we're going to drink is a Chardonnay. I had him plant it's really 4 different blocks of Pinot Noir.
right.
In the front, there's a little vineyard in the front called the Tiny Dancer Vineyard. It does 46 cases. That's my wife's personal wine.
Oh wow.
Right now, it's my biggest seller, but we only offer it to our top clients. 46 cases. Mm-hmm. The slope here is 1.5 acres of Pommard that goes down. When you go to the bottom, it's much bigger than it looks looking down on it. So 1.5 acres of Pommard thrives. I love Pommard as a clone. And then the bottom, there's 3 1-acre blocks on the flat bottom. It's more of a clay soil. The slope is more of a Gold Ridge, gravelly soil. And on the far left end is 1 acre of Chardonnay that Ulysses planted with a Montrachet clone. It's one of his clones. He's in the grave now, so I don't know. I just had to go by the story he told me. He said, this is my granddaughter, Sophie. Sister Sophie's estate Chardonnay. He said, your granddaughter's not the best Chardonnay ever made. This has been a home run for us. It has been huge for us, a killer for us. We just had a whole story written about us in the Bradenton Times in South Florida, the guy that came by and tried it. Ulysses was right.